The purpose of this video is to explain the idea of the square root and to introduce you to the notation that we will be using. The idea of the square root deals with the question, what number times itself equals a given number? For example, we might ask ourselves, what positive number times itself equals 4? And we know that 2 times 2 equals 4. So we would say the positive square root of 4 is 2. If I wanted to show this exact same idea using mathematical notation, I would use this symbol. This symbol is the positive square root. So if I wanted to know what positive number times itself equals 4, I would write that question this way. What is the positive square root of 4? And since I know that 4 is the same thing as 2 squared, that means that 2 is the positive square root of 4. We could ask a similar question like, what negative number times itself equals 4? And we know that negative 2 times negative 2 equals 4. So this means the negative square root of 4 is negative 2. Again, to show the same idea using mathematical notation, I could ask, what negative number times itself would equal 4? And since we know that 4 is the same thing as 2 squared, this means that the negative square root of 4 must be negative 2. Finally, sometimes what we're interested in is not the positive root or the negative root. We just want to know what numbers are the square root of 4. We want to know both the positive and the negative root. And we already know that 2 squared is 4 and negative 2 squared is 4. So this must mean that both positive and negative 2 are the square roots of 4. And to show this same idea using mathematical notation, it would look something like this. It would look like the positive and negative square root of 4. And since we know that 4 is 2 squared, this must mean that positive and negative 2 are both roots of 4. So we have this notation. Finally, there are a couple facts about square roots that I want to make sure you're aware of. The first is that, you might want to be writing this down, all positive numbers have a positive and negative square root. 2. No negative numbers have a square root. And finally, 3. 0 has a single or one square root. The square root of 0 equals 0. 0 is the only number that has just one square root. In the next video, we'll practice simplifying square roots.